What is going on, everyone? This is the Biz271 and this is my final reaction to the top 10 controversial anime moments from Anime America. I will be starting the video in 3, 2, 1, now.
Disclaimer: the following video may feature topics in regards to religion, politics, and all sorts of controversial material that may seem offensive and even triggering. Us here at Anime America do not hold any side in regards to politics and will not use this video as a platform in any way to offend any side of political views. Thank you for your understanding, and with that said, let's have some fun. One thing I know, nothing is ever safe from controversy, not even anime. So let's look around the internet and check out some of its dark history. Real life. Oh, we're going there today. We're here to highlight some of the most controversial moments that have ever affected the anime industry. Whether it be in the industry itself or in the anime's final cut, we're going to take a look at some of the darkest and questionable moments that made people's heads turn. Because a lot of these controversies relate to other events, we're going to group some of them together into their own categories and arrange them from bad to, oh come on, what were you thinking? Are you ready to see the dark underbelly of the anime world? I hope you are, because this is Anime America's Top 10 Most Controversial Moments in Anime.
I have no idea what to expect out of this. I'll be surprised if I came with the White Lion and the whole Lion King scenario. I'll be surprised if that gets brought up.
Hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but try not to copy the whole thing, okay? Sure, no problem.
Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Lion King is similar to Kimba, we've kept a close eye on other projects, and believe me,
I haven't seen Kimba the White Lion in how do I say this? I don't think their intention was to copy entirely the Lion King, or the Lion King was gonna copy Kimba the White Lion entirely. I believe that there were like strong similarities, but I don't believe that there was like an exact clone of each other. Granted, I've never seen Kimba the White Lion, so I can't say for certain. I'm just speculating.
Between an ice skater and her coach. It doesn't sound familiar at all. They say originality is dead, but you think the producers wouldn't make it that obvious? Number 9. Folks, are your kids taking drugs, skipping school, in a forbidden relationship that God himself would never approve of? Are they watching anime? It's probably linked. Says the biased media making pathetic stories in order to get more attention, which is basically every single mainstream media channel out there. Media slander.
Yeah.
Seriously, these articles are ridiculous.
I'm surprised this is not higher on the list. I thought this would be in the top 5 for sure.
Because the spoilers died in that certain show, and of course his father blamed it on him watching too much
I've heard tons of stories just relating to the death
note. And then there were numerous incidents where kids would be caught writing names of people they wanted to die in their notebooks, similar to Death Note. Okay, there's making hilarious gifs that is shared all over Facebook, and then there's these kids who need help. Church representatives claiming that if you watch Pokemon, you're practically a devil worshiper. Media outlets claiming there's a link between anime and pedophilia. And then there was an old anime YouTuber named Mr. Anime who was found guilty of murdering his entire family. Dang. While a vast majority could see a real issue with some of these people and ask if they need help, religious leaders and media sources.
To me, this is no different than the whole media trying to blame trying to bring a lot of violence on video games. To me, this is no different.
So what is manga? Well, it's a very Japanese art form. It's really graphic novels or animated storybooks that are directed not at children, but at adults. And it is very, very popular in Japan, and there are dozens and dozens of different genres of manga. And those include manga pornography and child porn.
Number 8. Politics and anime. They only time it ever goes well together is in Hetalia.
Man up or I'll beat you with my peace prize.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, did you know
I can
that
see
South
that
Koreans were
because
so
that was
offended
done
by
in a more
Himodio's
comedic
depiction of their
fashion,
country's
so it's
character
not meant
and
to
how
be
they
taken
interacted with
seriously.
Japan, that they tried to have the anime canceled before production as the show was deemed a criminal act against them. Well, it's not like any other country was offended, am I right? America's over there scarfing down burgers while justifying his actions drinking diet soda, thinking it'll fix everything. France is just a freaking wuss. Russia is demonic, and Italy is... well, Italy. But heaven forbid we have a scene where South Korea grabs Japan's chest. And this is why nobody can have anything nice. Aside from this incident, there's plenty of controversial moments regarding politics and even religion. There's a controversy of Dot Pixie's character from Attack on Titan being inspired by a highly controversial war general. The second soundtrack on Origami being cancelled since it featured Islamic sound samples. And our favorite anime baddie was caught reading from the Quran while vowing to kill Jotaro. You'd think after the Ocarina of Time incident, Japan would know that this is a big no-no. By the way, did you know there's an anime where Jesus and Buddha are best friends? I'm sure that's not gonna piss anyone off. Well, at least us here in America wouldn't add anything controversial to our dubs, right guys?
You got a stick up your ass? Or are you one of those dumbass Gamergate creep shows?
Really? Funimation? Really? Wow. Number 7. Now, how did Shannon put it?
These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
That's not a donut. You know that's not a donut. Those are carbs, Brock. Carbs!
And while we're on that topic, cultural adaptation.
Yep.
One of the most controversial moments for us kids in the 90s was America putting their little touches on Japanese culture. What's her name? Usagi? That's not a name. Her name is Serena. There we go. And Satoshi? We'll just name
Satoshi.
Ash, that's what all the cool moms want to name their kid. And this is Joey. This is TK. And this one is Zoe. Because who names their kids Katsuya, Takeru, and Ichigo? America. What's that thing rolling down the hill? Is that a rice ball? Nah, Ash needs a sandwich. Eat up, Ash. Seriously, folks, these cuts and culture swaps got so bad that when Miramax got the rights to Princess Mononoke, the film's producer Toshio Suzuki sent the co-chairman Harvey Weinstein an authentic katana with a simple message inscribed on the blade: "No cuts." This was made clear that no other studio who got the rights to any Ghibli films would ever change anything from the original source material. Ever since New World Pictures botched up Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, to which they called their butchered masterpiece Warriors of the Wind. Because America. Seriously, need to find a copy of this movie and see how bad it is. Number 6. I think this post from Caitlin Glass says it all. Yep, we're on this subject. Harassment and death threats. A lot of fans feel entitled to what people in the industry do with their favorite shows. And honestly, it needs to stop. Many actors, including Caitlin Glass, are constantly bullied and harassed by so-called fans demanding certain information over certain anime titles. What's the next anime dub? Can you make this person dub my favorite character? Will you be singing the songs in English? Let us be clear here. International dubbing companies, including Funimation, don't always have full control over what they do with certain anime. It's the Japanese companies who own the anime that get a say over what these distributors get to do and not do.
I kind of see this kind of stuff, not just in the anime fandom, but also in the NLP fandom. There's this episode of there's this one personal episode in My Little Pony called Philly Vanilli. The writer of that episode got death threats, all because people didn't like how a character was portrayed in that episode, which was Pinkie Pie.
The original voice of Levi from Attack on Titan.
I mean, it's okay to be upset and everything, but it's never okay to cross that line and to send death threats.
He dared to get married and have a baby. Oh, how dare he? Doesn't he know that his entire life belongs to the fans? Any fan group in Japan feels entitled to their idols until they're bored with them and move on. Even when it comes to their anime characters and worship shows, they'll send death threats to the show's creators if something goes wrong. As in, wrong by their terms. Hideaki
It's a
Anno
good thing I'm
received
not
a lot
that
of
kind
death
of
threats from
anime
young
fan.
fans not pleased with how the series ended. The fan base wanted a happier and clearer ending and resorted to vandalism and numerous threats to make their
I
point
bet you this
clear.
happened to the
How does
creator
Anno
of Bleach
respond?
whenever
He
the
makes
Bleach
a movie
manga
that
and
gave a more clear
anime,
answer
whenever
by
the Bleach
killing
anime
off the
ended.
majority of the characters.
I'm not certain if the
Lesson
Bleach
learned, kids.
manga
Don't mess with someone
is
else's
continuing
story.
or not.
Unfinished
I don't
stories
think
can
it is,
always
but I
change
could
for
be
better or
wrong.
worse. And in Anno's case, he gave one giant middle finger back to the fans. Number 5. Oh, such a touching moment between two villains in love. She did everything to get him and her queen to notice her, only to be killed for her failures. Such heartbreak between a
What anime
loving,
is this?
heterosexual couple. And that's America's story, and they're sticking to it. Yeah, no hetero, bro. Zoicide this entire time was a dude.
What a twist!
Gay relationships and gender bending. Japan tends to be a bit more open when it comes to including gay characters in their shows, but when Sailor Moon was brought into America, something just had to be done about certain characters.
Yep.
二次通称を集めたし、千葉守ももはや手に
Shout out to one of my best friends, Dustin, who's a big Sailor Moon fan. She knows about
Wait,
this
this is a
infamous
gay
Sailor
couple?
Moon,
Well, this
this
one looks
infamous
feminine
Sailor Moon
enough, so-
couple.
Never been more ready for anything in my entire life. He's gonna pay for cutting my face.
And there you go.
それに可愛いってどこがタイガーズアイってばこういう子たちが趣味なわけ
Oh, another gay character. Well, this one looks feminine too, so...
What do you mean? They're all so pretty. I can't believe your taste, Tiger's Eye.
That,
There you go. I am a gender-bending master.
いいんですか
海外でライセンスを取ったんだ
Oh, two female Sailor Scouts in a relationship. Well, this could be difficult. I know.
How'd you guys meet then? We're cousins.
Perfect. Anyone else? Oh, yeah, let's just ban that season altogether, okay?
I don't
Thankfully,
know
they have
who those
redubbed the
characters
show,
are,
so
or
Zoicide is
in
actually
what
a
Sailor
man,
Moon
and you're missing
series
Neptune are
those
back
three
below.
are.
And I'm pretty sure when
That
Sailor Moon
completely
Super
caught me
Rise
off guard to
finally
see
done,
that.
I'm sure they'll turn
I mean, I
back
got
to
nothing
the
against that. It's just
an
just
awkward
caught me
time
off
in
guard
America
more
when
than
gay characters
anything.
in anime had to either be censored or placed in Adult Swim. What else can we say, except people in the 90s were really sensitive when it came to this topic.
Yeah, they were.
Number 4. Oh, here we go. Whitewashing in anime movies. With certain anime getting their own live-action adaptations, we have to expect some changes. What the fans are outraged about, however, is the ethnic changes the directors make. Goku from Dragon Ball Evolution is white.
This is why I don't trust Hollywood when it comes to a lot of movies in general. It's like if there's like any news of like anything live action from an anime that Hollywood has picked up, I'm not gonna trust them. Honestly, I only trust Disney and Marvel when it comes to movie studios actually making good movies nowadays. Everybody else, I just don't trust. That's how low of faith I have in Hollywood nowadays. Like, I don't have much confidence in the Death Note live-action Death Note series from Netflix.
I want to create a style that follows the original manga as much as possible. The cast is
I mean, I could be wrong in that Death Note from Netflix is pretty good, but I just don't have much faith in it at all.
There will never be a scene in which a character says something that would identify him or her as Japanese. Well, that's one way to stand by your actions, I guess. Why the outrage towards international directors who run by the same notion? Everyone else's ethnicity in Dragon Ball Evolution was accurate, but since Goku is an alien, he could look like any other ethnicity in the entire world, hence why there was more liberty for the director, James Wan, to choose who he felt would make the best Goku. Why he chose this bland guy yet went along with a Karate Kid with alien story? We'll never know. Speed Racer, you can argue, can easily be adapted into any culture with its futuristic setting and generalized story that could have anyone play the part of Speed Racer. The live-action movie did their best to choose someone who looked like the character while producing the craziest eye candy we could ever witness. Have you seen these graphics? With Ghost in the Shell, fans demanded to have Moriko Kusanagi portrayed by a Japanese woman since her name is Japanese and the setting of the show is based in a Japanese city. The movie decides, however, that her being a cyborg gives a few liberties towards her appearance, and if they had the chance to cast one of the biggest names in Hollywood as her character, they were going to do it. Didn't seem to bug Japanese too much as they felt Scarlett Johansson was perfect for the role, but the fans felt insulted to have a Caucasian actress whitewash this iconic character. In the case of Death Note,
I can see where people are coming from with being upset with that. I think Hollywood just wanted to make Ghost in the Shell like mainstream and make it popular, so they have to get a popular voice actress instead of trying to make it as accurate as possible because it wouldn't sell as much as a Scarlett Johansson and everything.
Japanese filming companies are a business. If the creators are comfortable handing over their creations to other directors, then I'm cool to see what will happen. I personally don't really care about who's playing the characters and where they're from.
How do I say
the story
this?
To be good. Dragon Ball Evolution story was
I'm
awful.
all for trying to find a middle, you know, being accurate to the anime, but at the same time, doing small twists here and there to appeal to the American audience. You know, trying to find a way to where everybody wins. You know, Hollywood makes a lot of money, and anime fans are happy, you know? I think there's a happy middle.
There's the outrage there, and that's the bottom line with this controversy. America is making these films and whitewashing them. The countries where the original shows were made from can do no wrong, even when they make drastic changes to Black Butler. And where the hell is Levi? What the hell did you do?
Yeah, and let's not bring up the live action of Orange High School Host Club. I saw a few episodes of the live action Orange High School Host Club, and I couldn't get into it much at all.
How they can portray our beloved characters.
It just wasn't the same.
Number 3. Oh, we're just getting better, aren't we, with this list?
Yep, now it's time to turn on purple.
We're having some fun. International representation in anime. Even with anime characters looking wild and creative with their hair and eyes and boobs, their record for racial representation wasn't clean at the very beginning. It is mostly due to their limited experiences outside of their country, but yeah. I guess there wasn't too much outrage with Mr. Popo since he's still in the series with no changes whatsoever.
But it's true.
Plus his character
No
is just
Robin, no Robin.
I need your car
That
to get to my
actually
friends as quickly as
happened.
possible.
Bacon toast.
And it wasn't even a good
Then we
filter. It
have
wasn't even good
Jinx.
filtering.
The
It was
character's
bad.
so offensive that her debut episode was banned
It's like you
from
could just
American
tell
television,
it
and
was,
she had
you
to
know,
have her
just
skin color changed
planted
to
on.
purple. I mean, having a badass assistant is one thing, but an ethnically sensitive topic portrayed as a Pokemon is just going a bit too far, Japan. It goes without saying that it took a while for Japan to get it right. The menstrual face began to fade in time, and ethnic characters were turning into badass and even wholesome characters. But then we have happiness charged pretty cure. Oh boy, we are given international pretty cures from all over the world. England's is just lazy because it just looks like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. France is a French maid, of course. India looks a lot lighter compared to Hawaii beach girls over there. And oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Cowboys Indians. Really, Japan, really.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
and they're from Texas.
Okay.
Oh, this is just good. Of course, people would find this offensive, but
How
I'm just gonna sit here and
subtle.
admire Magical Girl,
How
Lone Ranger, and
subtle.
Tonto over here.
Oh,
Oh,
Japan.
speechless. Number 2. You ever watch a show all over again in Japanese only to notice new episodes you have never seen before in America? Well, there's probably a reason for that. Banned episodes and anime series. If
Yep.
America found anything controversial or damaging in certain anime shows, they will outright ban the episodes from television. With Pokemon, not only was the Jinx episode banned, but we also had Tentacool and Tentacruel banned because having a giant Pokemon destroying
Don't
buildings
forget about
after
the Polygon
9/11
episode.
wouldn't scare anyone. Beauty and Beach was removed because...
Oh, yeah. This infamous scene. Yeah, that's not weird. That's not weird at all.
Well, you can't really explain that to children. The legend of Dratini was removed due to extreme use of firearms and Meowth wearing a mustache that'll attract.
To be honest, it was better for it to be banned than for kids to actually try to air it and replace the gun with like a lollipop or something. Or like a finger gun, like they did with Yu-Gi-Oh! Some things are just best left banned than to actually get it and have it filtered so bad that it turns out worse for it. Yep.
Damn, Mumino, the Negaverse gave you some balls. The Chanela
I need to watch Sailor Moon in Japan one of these days.
Ooh. Let's hope Peter aren't watching this movie.
Melody of Love was banned because Usagi snuck into an adult club. The Summer Beach Ghost episode was banned because of our heroes giving beach time fan service. And the episode where Chinakusa meets a dinosaur was banned because more beach time fan service. Not to mention, an entire season of Sailor Moon never made it to America because how can they explain men transforming into women? The cousins argument won't save it this time. At the end of the day, if the episode seemed too controversial, it would never make the air. But what about animes being banned from certain countries? Pokemon was banned from Saudi Arabia for being a Zionist conspiracy. Well, that's just silly. Attack on Titan, Death Note, and Tokyo Ghoul were banned from China for excessive violence and corruption.
Yeah, I can see
was
that.
banned from France for depicting a good Nazi. Shoujo Tsubaki was completely destroyed.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. You already know why Hetalia was banned from South Korea, even though they made sure South Korea wasn't going to appear in the show.
Anime ever. I'm planning on doing a blind reaction to that in the future. I don't know when. Someone actually commented on that, on me wanting to do a blind reaction to that, and I will get to that one day. I just don't know when.
And High School DxD were banned from New Zealand for their intense sexual graphics. I never really thought New Zealand would be this cautious, but at least they have Hobbiton. That was fun. Before we move forward, here are some more controversies. Bubblegum prices fall. Due to legal ownership issues, the show was cut after 8 episodes, even though it was promised 13 episodes. Kokoro Connect bullying. This poor guy, Mitsuhiro Ichiki, went into an audition for a role in this series, only to be forced to read embarrassing lines unknowingly for a candid camera stunt. The staff apologized, but damn. Tezuka causing mangaka poverty. Because of a certain mangaka named Tezuka could provide for himself while making his own manga artists today are still barely making enough money to support themselves and their work. That sucks. Tracing other people's work. The No Game, No Life artist Yo Kamiya was allegedly caught tracing other people's work for his own light novels. Couldn't just use these poses as references there, buddy? Kuroko no Basket bombing. No joke, the creator of Kuroko no Basket was constantly threatened for some time with bomb threats and even receiving poison in the mail, and all because one guy didn't even like him.
Okay.
And finally, anime piracy. As much as I can understand everyone's reason to watch anime for free online, it can still do some damage to the companies who make and distribute your favorite anime. And yes, I know the system isn't entirely perfect, but it's better than what we used to have back in the old days, which was nothing. The most controversial thing in anime is... it is a constant struggle still happening today, and it's not just in America. If you were wondering when I was going to talk about this subject, well, I had to put it in number 1 for numerous reasons. Pull out your earplugs and open your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, as we dive into our favorite subject of all time, censorship. Mother censorship. From converting controversial items into kid-friendly materials to poorly covering up and censoring gore, violence, and sexual acts.
Censorship, I just can't help but think of 4 kids at the end of the day. I know Japan does censorship with like Tokyo Ghoul and everything, and you have to like buy the Blu-ray to get the uncensored version, and I get it. But that doesn't really bother me that much.
Censor their work just so they don't get
as long as at the end of the day there's an uncensored version coming out, regardless on if it's on Blu-ray or on TV, then I don't mind.
At first, it wasn't a big deal in Japan, as children could handle certain subjects like nudity and weaponry maturely. But then we get to America, where body lines are blurred away so kids wouldn't be exposed to colorful nudity in Sailor Moon, poorly drawn bathing suits that were made to cover up naked bodies in Tenchi Muyo, cigarettes would turn into lollipops in One Piece, and lest we forget the infamous slingshot replacing a gun, once again, in One Piece. Thanks for kids. You're magical. Seriously, who the hell in Japan is not thinking of the children? Hell, there were a ton of beach episodes that were banned because fan service and children equals bad. I mean, it's not like kids go to the beach when they're old enough, am I right? There's also the mountain loads of censorship that went down in Dragon Ball, mostly revolving around toilet humor, underwear shots, and nudity. So do you even know how many times boneless privates were flashed around in that series? So with Japan dishing all of this out and America having to censor them in order to air in the daytime, you'd think there wouldn't be a censorship problem in Japan, right? Not exactly. Firstly, there's Shoujo Tsubaki, a movie so disgustingly insane
this was like number one in like the worst anime of all time.
Why are they making a live-action adaptation?
In that collab one reaction I brought up earlier.
In 2011 that would ban any sexual depiction of characters who looked under 13, which is the age of consent in Japan. It doesn't necessarily stop animators from using moe cuteness as fan service, but if someone decided to make a Lucky Star porno, they'd more likely be arrested for child pornography. Even though our main cast are senior students in high school. This law made many artists like Ken Akamatsu worried, as it could lead to the Japanese government telling artists what they can and can't draw. God, I wish I had Helen Lovejoy screaming in Japanese. And finally, we have the infamous black streak of censorship, poorly covering up extremely gory scenes and sexual advantages. In regards to gore, you think people would be used to it after they witnessed Violent Jack, but shows like Tokyo Ghoul and Terraformers had to have certain shots blanketed over with that gradient black layer just because of how gruesome these scenes can be. It was all made for an extreme viewership who would dig the extreme gore. But in order to bring in a wider audience, certain productions felt the need to cover the gore just so they wouldn't scare any viewers away or get a wave of angry letters, little realizing just how badly they'd be mocked for their poor attempts of censorship. Let's look at that, that's embarrassing. Whether it be in America, Japan, or any country around the world, there's always going to be someone thinking of the poor children, which makes any sane person groan with the test. Which is why all of us here at Anime America agrees that censorship of any kind will always be the #1 controversy in anime. In our eyes, you either show us what you got with no regrets, or don't bother making it in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, this was a fun
There's
video
never a good middle when it comes to censorship. Either go all out or don't show it at all. That's why I said that's why I said earlier about what I said about
leave a comment down
was
below
I?
with your answer.
I was bringing up
Excuse
something
me,
about, you know.
Oh, just wait 1 second here.
Hang on.
Got a little message here.
Post some anime mascot.
Somehow I'm not surprised. Like I said, no one is ever free from controversy. Not even us. Damn it, sue me.
Okay, back to what I was saying. This is what I was talking about when I say, I believe I said something about an episode or something to where either go all out with it or don't go or don't show it at all. It would be better to not air it, to not show a scene, or not show the series as a whole. If all you're gonna do is just edit it out and make fans pissed off about it. This was an interesting top 10 list.
Thanks again for watching. To keep you up to date with Anime America, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Tumblr. The best way you can support this channel for free is by sharing this video with your friends, as well as liking this video. If you wish to support us financially, we have a Patreon page, posters for sale on Store Envy, and awesome t-shirts available on Teespring. Don't forget to subscribe to Anime America for more awesome videos that you'll get instantly if you click on the notification bell. We also have another channel called Pop Spectrum, where we review anything in pop culture. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.
And that is all I have to say for this video. I will see you all for the Love Life episode number 2 blind reaction. Till next time.